Hi Taurus, and welcome to your September 2022 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about your month ahead of September. I hope you're all doing really well, moving into one of my favorite times of the year. Here we are in the Northern Hemisphere moving into fall, and of course spring in the Southern Hemisphere. Big changes and big opportunities for personal shifts and transformations, indeed. So yes, what do we want to talk about for this month ahead, Taurus? I'll do some intuitive messages, followed by the week to week, and then an extended on Patreon. So intuitively, I feel that you don't have to struggle to get what you've wanted for a long time now. I feel that maybe for a long time you've wanted a certain outcome in your life. You've wanted a certain level of material well-being or a certain level of security in your life, and it used to feel like a long shot, or it used to feel like you can't really do this, or it would be too big of a risk, maybe too big of a debt to take on, or too big of a commitment in order to get the security you wanted. Now I feel that state of being where it was hard to achieve the security you wanted is over, and you can now just start to acquire or receive the sense of stability and security that you've wanted. You've got this Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, 3 Earth Court cards alongside the Justice card. It feels like you're getting into a very good material place, and you're also maybe like protected, or you have a sense of the material well-being not being that easily threatened, or not being that easily, taken away. So this is probably some type of job security or some type of new level of abundance that you are stepping into in September. And it's important to let your muscle memory adjust. So I talked in the September comprehensive astrology video about insecurity and about how over detail oriented mind, especially connected to previous scarcity-oriented mindsets, can be a big threat now. So we have to really let ourselves evolve here in September. We have to let a lot of things go away. Okay, we have to let release be a boon or a win for us now. And especially if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and you're moving into fall, I think there is a new series of cuts or a new series of releases needing to come in now, so that you can totally justify this new material expansion you've been needing. Some of you might need that new car, that new house. It does feel like a big material shift, or perhaps a larger expense, maybe in your immediate future or within the next year or so. So in order to make that happen smoothly, you might want to zoom out a little bit and understand not only your 5-year context, but what also is something deterring from that you can't realize from a more short-term view. So it's important to know the long-term implications of certain addictions, certain, I suppose economic tendencies, all of that. It's a very economic month for you, all of this earth energy. Also, watch out for frivolous expenses that aren't doing much for you, going out for drinks, eating out too much. The 3 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles reversed and the 7 of Wands. Feels like you might be having a little bit of a battle of not needing to cut off your surplus, or actions or events that might be slowly lessening what you have to offer. Guarantee your acquisition that you need soon. Acquisition is a good word for you right now. I feel that there is an acquisition coming in, and I feel that you need to prepare yourself or move into a place where that doesn't feel so overwhelming or undeserved. Okay, so you got to believe in yourself here. You've got to also understand the natural flow of things. Again, justice, the archetype of balance, the archetype of, understanding the way that gravity works, understanding the way that physics works, okay, the way that budgeting works. All of that stuff has to get very clear for you now. So like if you've been, driving the same car for 10 plus years, what does that mean? That probably means that there is a new car purchase coming in soon. And that's just a hypothetical. So for those of you who have other things in your life where it's like, yeah, some of this is on its last leg, or some of this is not sustainable. And, when something isn't sustainable, we know that we have maybe a bridge to cross, or we have a leap of faith to take coming on. Basically, the biggest problem, Taurus, is like repressing this knowing that a leap of faith will soon be required, or repressing the knowing that you have a big acquisition to make and not really adapting to what that means in the future. So, like covering the eyes and pretending that you're not able to be seen because you can't see other things or other people. I feel that that's something that everybody's struggling with right now. There's a big tendency to kind of gloss things over or make the best out of bad situations, or even as severe as, hiding by covering the eyes. Okay. So we have to really be careful about that here, and we have to really wake up and see the 3D material reality. I see a lot of people, like, for example, moving to escape themselves. Okay, this type of thing. Starting a relationship to gloss over the lack of relationship with oneself. Running away from the aspect of ourselves that wants to stay put. There's a lot of kind of ironic stuff like this, or spiritual irony coming in September. And the real reality, Taurus, or for anybody with Taurus, strong Taurus placements or Taurus transits right now, is that you can just have what you've wanted, or you can just literally start to embody the material reality that you've needed. So you've had Uranus, the North Node, Mars, go through your sign. Mars is leaving your sign. And that should have really been a very strong catalyst energy for you to understand, what do I want my material world to be like? What sudden altercations or adjustments are needed to facilitate that? Also, I would be careful, and this is just a random psychic download that I'm getting, I would be careful about thinking that a physical change or I'm trying to understand this, because I keep getting this like mental image of like moving to escape something internal, or changing your appearance, changing your material world in some way, or even your proximity, in order to escape something that's not material. So this can be something that all Taurus people struggle with. But you want to keep an eye on that and think, okay, maybe it's therapy, maybe it's new spiritual practice, maybe it's new internal practices that will help me more in my material world even. Okay. But that can also be the same exact issue, like trying to, it's funny, trying to use a spiritual practice in order to evade a material problem, trying to pray away the bankruptcy, trying to, and that's good. I mean, we need to change our vibration, but I just feel that there could be a bit of a disconnect between the material, spiritual aspects, and you need to realign them and understand like what a material change will do and what it won't do, and then what a spiritual change will and won't do. So that's the biggest importance. And once you resolve that, you can then basically step into what you want. Let's talk about this week to week. Two of Swords rooted down by the Seven of Wands. Okay, yeah, that's a wake-up call. I feel like you're covering up, again, that's where I'm getting that message of like covering the eyes, and instead of when you need to face something or when you need to see something. So I want you all to know that the blindfold will be coming off. You will have to see things for exactly what they are. If you haven't already, after the first week, there are no more blindfolds. And quite a few of the cards in the tarot have the blindfold symbolism, but you have no more coming after the first week. So you can't gloss things over. You can't do rose-colored glasses. You can't. And for some of you, this is like such a breath of fresh air. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of Taurus being like, oh my God, I finally let myself see that for what it was. Oh my God, I finally let myself accept my level of happiness in that situation, whether it's really good or really bad. And through that acceptance, or through that clear vision, then you know what to do, right? I mean, that's the hard part about depriving yourself of the truth, or depriving oneself of the reality of a situation, is then you can't really get the clearest way forward, So also check out defensiveness as well. Both of those cards indicate like being on guard or being defensive about something. So you might want to, think about your security in general. Okay, some of you might need to have better security. And there's maybe something that's coming through in the first week that makes you want to like beef up your security, or makes you want to have a better feeling of safety in your life. But I'm seeing a lot of people also during this time of the year building up so many security protocols, or building up so many walls, that it's very difficult to let the natural flow in as well. So I'm seeing people like maybe having like their romantic relationship, or having their self-employment or whatever it is be like the only thing that's in their life, you know? And then even for some people, it's not even those things either. Like the protective barriers get to be so strong where even the relationship can't get in, or where even the self-employment can't even get in. And so you start to live kind of like a monastic or even convent type of lifestyle. And very quickly, the comprehensive well-being can start to really plummet. So you want to definitely think about like, do I need other things to come into my life? Always, yes. We always need to have a turnover. Okay, we need to be meeting new people. We need to be opening ourselves to new experiences, yet having intelligent enough boundaries to know when we don't need something, or when we even need to like reject something. Okay, so I think there's a big evolution in personal boundaries. I think there's a big evolution in the intelligence of those boundaries for you in the first week. Week number 2, the 2 of Pentacles reversed, already done by the 3 of Cups. Okay, you are no longer indecisive about something. You might need some consensus. You might need to like be advised, or seek some type of more professional advice about the things that you're feeling to get a better sense of consensus. You don't want to let your own whims dictate too huge of karmic motions right now. We are moving into a paradigm where it's good to have people who know what they're doing around you. Okay, so careful about over DIY approach. Okay, so being too do-it-yourself, being too independent, being too generalist. Okay, nice to have specialist assistance during that time. Also, you could be overspending on social events, or you could be, because the 2 of Pentacles is also about sometimes a money drain, or a drain of options. So you could be like eating your paycheck, or you could be draining money on like the bar tab or something. So watch out for that. Starbucks, whatever it is, you know. Some of you might be shocked to know what you could have otherwise. Okay, so take a look at the budget as well in the second week, because you have the second half of the month with all of this Pentacles energy. So week 3, Page of Pentacles rooted down by the Knight. So you evolve from the Page to the Knight in the 3rd week. So you become more formidable and you become more independent. Okay, so this offsets what we were just talking about with independence. So some of you are really getting a business off the ground. Some of you are getting a promotion. Some of you are taking your career to the next level, though this could be kind of like a middle area that you're getting to. And I've been getting a lot of Knight of Pentacles lately, a lot of psychic download of Knight of Pentacles. So a lot of people are, you know, wanting to be their own boss, or wanting to do the self-employment thing, or are wanting to be, you know, financially free, all of that stuff. It's quite a cultural rage right now. And we start to see the downsides of it as well. We start to see the, you know, obsession with economizing, or we start to see the obsession with money very strongly in late September. Okay, and I would definitely, with the North Node being in your sign, being in the sign of Taurus, there's a culture of money obsession, or a culture of even like entrepreneurial obsession or job obsession. And it makes sense. I mean, there's like global inflation. There are all of those things which support that type of concentration. I would lean so much more Taurus. And I would recommend you listen to the Capricorn reading, firstly, especially if you have Capricorn, because I talked about this in a way that might actually be better for you. But I talked about how leaning more into the natural flow, into the power of nature, into the power of the universe, into the power of that which is free in life, as being something so much more powerful. So that monetary edge, that sort of like boss vibe mode, like everybody thinking, oh my gosh, at that point in time, when I have that amount of money, when I have that amount of status, when I have that amount of da-da-da-da-da, I will finally be able to reclaim myself. And that's totally off base right now. Okay, so we want to certainly have that positive career trajectory and momentum, but try to think about like, you know, that person who is like the CEO of whatever, okay, put them into the boat, have them steer a boat in the middle of the storm in the ocean, and then take, their lowest ranking worker and put them in a boat beside them, steering it in the stormy part of the ocean. What's the difference? There's no difference. We have to really think about what's actually powerful right now and not get an illusion of grandeur, illusion of status. Big problem with North Node and Taurus. And with your sun being there, you want to really start to get less edgy with it now that that's getting so advanced, now that that's approaching the first decan. I talked about this in the September comprehensive astrology video. You want to really soothe down the illusion of grandeur, if that's there. If that's not there, great, but I feel that pretty much all signs in this current paradigm are trying to level themselves up, and that can be very productive, very positive. Just watch out for letting it be more significant than it is, or letting it be promising you something that it can't actually give you. So people promising you things they can't return, a feeling that once you get to a certain place, a certain status, that you have some type of power that you don't actually, okay? So false perception of power, keep an eye on it. And this evolution that you're having, also to the Queen of Pentacles in the 4th week, from page to knight to queen, or king for some of you as well, that move up hierarchy. I think some of you are ascending hierarchy, and it's important to almost descend ego as you ascend hierarchy. Oh, I love that, Taurus. I love that. Descend ego as you ascend hierarchy. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Okay. That's rooted down by the Justice card, talking about your 4th week again. That's a great combination. So that's such great business flair. That's such great style, natural style, health as well. Queen of Pentacles and the Justice, you could get a health diagnosis. You could implement some type of vitamin or some type of food or nutrition that really changes your life, okay? Balancing the body, balancing the hormones, balancing the emotions. And again, leaning into nature. I'm feeling all the earth signs especially. Go towards the nature side rather than the money side for most of you, okay? So the earth element, right, it rules over materialism, but then also the real world, the earth, okay? And there's a bifurcation there in the earth element, and you can kind of go either way. I would definitely move towards nature. But let's talk more about that in your extended Taurus. I'll get a central theme, 2 supporting themes, and we'll talk more about what this new natural energy might mean for you, and what it might mean to have more things that are free in your life, or have more things that are not so associated with the business monetary stuff, and also what it means to have smarter boundaries. So I will link that below and in the center of your screen. Have a beautiful month, Taurus. Come check out the Patreon page. It's very reasonable. It's very valuable. You get all of the readings early and ad-free, all of the extendeds with the 1 membership. And let's do that now, linked in the center of the screen. Talk to you soon. Bye.